welcome to Talk Time. My guest today is someone who has propelled the Assam police to national and international limelight through its enigmatic social media posts, which are nothing short of a pure charm offensive. The man behind transforming the social media platforms of the Assam police from being near vegetative handles to that of a talking point among celebrities and the media is none other than a 1992 batch IPS officer, Mr. Harmeet Singh, Additional Director General of Police, in charge of security and administration, modernization and logistics, among other responsibilities, and of course, heads what is called the Nagorik Mitra, the Assam Police Smart Social Media Center. Mr. Harmeet Singh Akahadi, welcome to my show.
Thank you, Wasbir. Good to be here. And
Good.
Normally I stay away from the limelight, but I thought it was time to come out and, social media is one part of it. So while we talk, I'll tell you the rest of what we're actually trying to do.
Absolutely. You are so much in the limelight thanks to your social media posts. That has helped not only fight crime, not only fight social evils, but has completely made the Assam police a talking point nationally and even in other parts of the world. So how do you feel? How did it all begin?
As far as how I feel and how my team feels and how we at Assam Police feel, to tell you frankly, we feel humbled. We really feel humbled at the response we've got.
Right.
And our story is a sad beginning.
Absolutely.
A year ago when we lost 2 young boys in Karbi Anglong, thanks to a fake WhatsApp. It was at that time that...
You are talking about Neil and...
I'm talking about Neil and Abhijit.
Paul and Abhijit, yes.
Absolutely. And our beginnings were based on that, and that is what made us go straight into fighting all sorts of not just crime, but evils, fake news and other things that hit people with social media. So, coming back to what happened at that point of time, the Chief Minister then, Shri Sarbananda Sonowal, was talking about social media, prompting us to go there, and this was the trigger. And that's how we started. And you'll be surprised that the first tweet we did was actually, I was sitting at Calcutta airport and we sent out the first tweet putting out a WhatsApp number saying, please don't believe any fake rumors. Please don't believe misleading WhatsApps and tweets and Facebook posts. Contact us. And you'll be surprised at the deluge of information we got at that point of time. And you'd remember that at that point of time, a lot of young people without thinking were saying a lot of nasty things to each other, which was causing social fractures. And within 48 hours, with the information that society gave us, we were able to control the situation.
Right. So that was the beginning, and that was the time when the Assam Police social media handles were just non-existent. You were just about 1,000 followers, maybe even less, few hundred followers maybe on combined together if you take Facebook and Twitter combined. But today you have 20,000 plus followers on Twitter itself. Now my question is, how did you do it? How did you establish this connect? You have named your social media center, very interesting name, Nagorik Mitra. Friend of the masses. That's how you call it. Now, there has to be some, connect that you have worked out, some formula that has clicked.
See, Wasbir, the whole idea, as I said, the direction that we got and the concept that we came up with, we were not looking for an information channel. We were looking to positively engage with the people. And this goes with the philosophy that we are following and the government has given us, that we have to slowly change from being a force that looked at insurgency as its prime objective to today becoming a force that talks of being a citizen-centric delivery of services. So part of that delivery of services is you need to engage, and you need to engage positively. And social media is the new medium of engagement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, that's why, you are somebody, your team just calls you an editor, of course, I know your background, you used to write a lot, you are a St. Stephen's product, you are a multifarious personality, you are a sports person, and so on and so forth. But this side of you, being a virtual editor, you just don't depend on your team. You give them ideas, you change the text, you rap, you rhyme. It's a full of wit, humor, and you use the popular culture a lot to connect with the youths.
See, you're actually right. We're possibly, as I say, we're the only police force maybe across the world which raps and rhymes.
Raps and rhymes, yes.
So we use a lot of popular culture, whether it's music, whether it's films, whether it's the memes or the formats that are going on, because we use a language which makes us connect with the people. And as I said, the whole idea is not just to stick on one thing, that is policing. Society as a whole needs a social media medium. So while we have the Chief Minister himself and the Finance Minister himself who have hundreds of followers.
Yeah, thousands of followers.
Actually millions.
Absolutely.
They're in the millions. They talk about what the government is doing, and we try and get the message to the youth on a positive note, on a note which the youth understands. And I must say that that engagement has worked. So we've talked about everything from fake news to child abuse, to harassment, to social evils, to cyber security, to stalking, to mob violence. I think there's hardly any topic that we have not touched upon and got a response from. That's exactly what we're trying to do.
Now, as you yourself said that you immersed, or rather revamped your social media whole campaign in a very, very difficult background, difficult circumstance, when these two young boys were brutally killed and they were actually victims of fake news. That was the background in which you came up with your social media campaign. Now the question is, you also use a lot of interesting way of putting things. Now let me show the viewers. We'll be try to show this viewers. If my camera person can zoom on this particular tweet, we can maybe let's try if we can zoom it. So this is a very interesting tweet. Well, this is when the police in Dhubri district in western Assam caught a truck carrying 590 kgs of ganja or cannabis. It is a routine seizure of routine drug haul. Now, this is the tweet. Once again, I would like to show the viewers, if the cameraman can, my camera person can just zoom on this. Yeah, this is the tweet. Now, what does this tweet say? Anyone lost a huge 590 kilograms amount of cannabis stroke ganja and a truck in and around Chagolia checkpoint last night? Don't panic. We found it. Please get in touch with Dhubri police. They will help you out for sure. Now, this is a very interesting way of putting it, and no wonder, we downloaded this some time ago, and at that point of time, till that point of time, it was 11,560 retweets and 37,155 likes. Hardy, this is no mean achievement.
No, this is a format which is used the world over by the police, about trying to be funny about things that they've found or things that they've caught, but somehow the language we used clicked. Similar language has been used by other police forces across the world, but somehow this clicked. And, you're talking about the likes and retweets. We've actually had 2.3 million impressions on this tweet.
2.3 million impressions.
This tweet has reached 2.3 million people, and you'll be surprised, we've had retweets from Australia, New Zealand on one side, Europe, America, Canada in the other, and across Africa.
Okay.
So
this
really went wide.
Yeah.
It also was very interesting because in the response, information on drug peddlers and drugs started flowing.
And most important, Hardy, your Chagolia checkpoint has hit international headlines.
Absolutely. And after this came this movie, Kabir. What was that movie? Kabir Singh.
Yes.
So Guwahati police. See, we are not only Assam police today. On all our districts are on Twitter and Facebook.
Okay.
So it's a combined effort. So Guwahati police then went out to ask, in jest again, that where in Guwahati do you get this stuff? And the amount of information that flowed to them, and the amount of seizures that they've been able to do, today I think
when you asked for information, you mean to say people responded and they gave you clues?
Forget clues, addresses, photographs, names, phone numbers of peddlers. So today, Guwahati, we've been able to clean up quite a bit. This is an ongoing process. It'll carry on. But the interesting things were that people possibly who knew where this was happening actually responded.
Absolutely. On that fantastic note, you just put out, the Assam police put out in jest a tweet saying that where is this, hash or whatever, grass or whatever is available, and they get information, not just phone numbers, but they get addresses and photographs. On that note, we go for a short break. When I come back, I shall continue this very, very engaging conversation with Mr. Harmeet Singh, Additional DG Assam Police. Welcome back. I am in conversation with Mr. Harmeet Singh, Additional Director General of Police, in charge of Nagarik Mitra, apart from, of course, other things that he has been holding: administration, security, vigilance and anti-corruption, and of course, but we are talking to him today as the head of Nagarik Mitra, the Assam Police's Smart Social Media Center. Hardy, there's been, apart from the general interest among the masses, the youths in Assam, and you said your tweets have had responses from Australia, New Zealand, Europe and Africa. This is almost different parts of the world. Now, question is, what about celebrity responses? Even Amitabh Bachchan, the superstar, has picked up one of the tweets and I'm not using a strong word, so just tweaked a little bit on it, but it was basically the Assam Police tweet which he picked up.
It's been interesting. In fact, so-called Twitter celebrities or this thing, and celebrities themselves. So it started with possibly, I think, people like Sohail Seth and Roshan Abbas catching on to it. Then Shashi Tharoor caught on to one of them. In fact, he took a screenshot of what we had tweeted from Facebook and put it out on Twitter till people responded to him saying they are on Twitter to wake up. That was our second tweet. In fact, that was our second tweet. No, that was our first tweet. The one about think before you post. So, we did this think campaign for 6 months after we started. So, think before you post, think before you stop, think before. So, think before doing anything. And that's what social media is about. You've got to think before you actually engage with social media. So, then came Kajol and Ajay Devgan, Rohit Shetty.
Yeah.
Our fourth tweet was about drugs. Rajyavardhan Rathore, he was the INB minister then. So, we've had, people across, then of course, everybody in Assam, the Northeast, other celebrities, Bombay people, media people, other film stars.
So there was a buzz around the whole thing.
Touch wood, thankfully the buzz continues. And just about last month, as you said, I think Amitji's team gave him our creative. They cut Assam Police off from it.
Yeah.
And he used that for his own tweet, for which I think he got trolled quite a bit. But we are happy that our creativity was noticed by someone.
You are taking it positively.
Yeah, we are absolutely taking it positively.
Yeah.
And Amitji has a lot of engagement with Assam. In fact, he donated to the Honorable Chief Minister's relief fund also.
Yeah.
So I'll take any. As long as we can get the message across, as long as I can use your medium to ask people to retweet what we send out, because we are sending out a message. We are not just sending out information about what we have done. We are actually trying to sensitize people.
Now, every police force wants its image to be all right, image to be good, people friendly and so on and so forth. That happens to some extent. Sometimes due to certain aberrations it doesn't happen. There is a lot of negative press in the media, etc. But that is part of the game. Now my question is, in the last 1 year that you have been hyperactive on your social media platforms, do you think it has impacted on the overall image of the Assam Police itself as a force?
Absolutely. Apart from the fact that we are sensitizing people, apart from the fact that we, as I use the word positive engagement, reaching out to the people, all our units, all our organizations, all our districts are also being able to put out what good they are doing.
Yeah.
And how does police images are built on response? So can I give you two instances of things that have happened?
Sure.
In fact, the first instance I will quote. I cannot give you the details because it involves a minor girl child.
Right.
Facebook got in touch with us more than a year ago, and at 11:30 at night, and said that we've seen a post from somewhere in Assam where this young girl has said that she's going to commit suicide, and they only had a telephone number. They had nothing else. From that telephone number, touch wood, we were able to trace the child. We were able to hand her back to her parents, counsel her, and all this happened within half an hour. So it felt good that we saved a life. And then yesterday when I was just going through my records, we've been able to save at least 5 such instances where someone has written on Facebook that I am going to
end my life.
I'm going to take this sad step, and we have been able to intervene. In fact, the head of public policy and legal for social media was in India a couple of months ago, and Times of India was interviewing her, and the one thing that she talked about was this, how with Assam police they did this. The second was, I don't know if you remember, there's a tweet, you can go in and see that, somebody hijacked a car near by Hata Charali. The owner was in Shillong.
I have seen that tweet.
The owner tweeted to us from Shillong on social media using technology and the GPS tracker of the car. The hijackers were, the carjackers as they are called, were arrested.
Within less than an hour.
57 minutes flat. So these are just, you talked about the cannabis. All I can tell you is that we are getting at least 20 information inputs, both regarding social media posts and about crime and even about militancy on a daily basis from the police just because of this. And if I can just butt in again, if you go through our posts, the responses we get, that is what humbles us.
Absolutely. No wonder, Hardy, that you have been recognized with the Assam Police that your initiative has got the bagged Social Media for Empowerment Award by an organization called the EF India, and you were the one who went and picked up that award. So the recognition is coming in, isn't it?
Wasbir, what I'd like to say is that it's not me. It's the Assam police, it's the team. It's
your team.
And as I said, every district is involved now. We are all connecting with the people on this. And this award was interesting. It came out of the blues, and they gave it to us for community mobilization. So the fact that someone like DEF, which is considered one of the topmost social media awards in the country, and this was not an India-based award, this was a South Asia-based award. So people from Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, everybody was there. Different people from these countries got awards. So the fact that we got it for community mobilization means, come back to your original question, that what the government wants, change to a delivery police to give services to the people, I think that's happening.
Absolutely. Recognition coming Assam Police's way thanks to their social media initiative. On that note, we go for another short break. Stay on. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm still in conversation with Harmeet Singh, Additional Director General of the Assam Police. All right, viewers, now let's take a quick look at some of the wittiest tweets put out by the Assam Police. All right, Hardy, what now? Because within 1 year, you have created a buzz around your social media campaign. Now what?
Wasbir, really this social media is not the end game. The social media turnaround is just a part of what the Honorable Chief Minister has been pushing through the entire thing, and what we've been doing is turning around the Assam police. So you've heard of the Moitri program,
Right.
under which now not only are the police stations being modernized, in fact, your guys should go and shoot at least 2 police stations in Guwahati. They are ready. Azara, they are absolutely modern police stations, Azara and Bokhisto. And the entire concept of policing, from bringing in soft skills to technology, in the last 2 years, we've been able to bring in so much technology which was not existing. And I'm not only talking of Cyberdome, I'm talking about security gadgets, I'm talking about gadgets which help the police do their job properly. We are working on new communication technologies at the moment. We are working on the concept of a new police academy, which, as has been envisaged by the government, is not just for the Northeast, but would cater to Southeast Asia and possibly other countries also. So state of the art. In fact, you'll be happy to know that we are releasing a new program called Assam Police Shishu Mitra.
Okay.
And the Shishu Mitra is turning our policemen who handle cases related to children into child-friendly policemen. So not only is the kit going to be launched, along with UNICEF.
Child-friendly. Who is going to train the policemen on this?
It's a collaborative effort with UNICEF and a local NGO called UTSA, which I think is a forerunner in the Northeast vis-a-vis children's issues. So they are going to be spending an entire year. The plan has been programmed in such a way they'll be going to every district, and all the child-related police officers, every thana has one, will be trained, sensitized, and this is a pilot project, and if it takes off in Assam, first time in India, especially the kit and the jacket that is coming, I think we'll be able to help them do it in the rest of the country.
Right. Now, at the end of the day, what kind of an impact on the crime rate? I'm talking about cyber crime. Do you think it is impacting, this initiative is impacting on cyber crime as well, or overall crime in general? Are you conducting a study? Are you trying to assess what is the impact of your year-long initiative?
This kind of a study would actually need to go into crime statistics, but on a overall basis, the amount of information that flows, the response that happens, like I can tell you about yesterday, we got an information about contraband in one of the areas of Guwahati, and within 20 minutes the place had been raided. The man had been arrested.
You got the information on through social media?
On WhatsApp.
Okay.
So the response time itself has really increased, and it has hit, and people have also realized. So anybody threatening anyone, anybody trying to do anything against anybody on the cyber, this thing, I think is quite aware that Assam police is watching. And people are telling us of what's happening. And Wasbir, I just want to add one thing. We are possibly the only state in the country where I must thank society, and society has supported the initiatives. At times we've had to take legal action against people. 90% of the time when somebody does something, I would use the word silly, unintentionally on social media, we counsel the people and have it deleted. But society has been in support, and it is that support that really, encourages us and takes up our morale.
So overall, finally, Hardy, what thoughts cross your mind when you look back to a year ago and what you have achieved now, and when you look ahead? How do you want to wrap up?
Today when we look back as the social media team and as part of the modernization, we feel good that we've been able to help our policemen on the ground. We've been able to help the government, sensitize everyone. You've seen the kind of inimical elements, the kind of things they were trying to whip up with NRC, with CAB, with other fault lines, with trying, how peaceful it's all been. So we feel we've also played some sort of a role in reaching out, getting the message across that the government and the Assam police are just, they are fair, everything will be done legally, and we are there for you always. So I think that message has gone out.
Absolutely. Assam Police always at the service of the people. On that positive note, Hardy, thank you very
so
much
much
for being on my program.
Thank you so much.